Welcome back! I know this is going to be really hard to hear, but I need to admit something to you. I'm not perfect. Actually, to be honest, when I'm making these videos, I screw up a lot. It's a really good thing I can edit. In fact, I thought that for today's episode, it might be kind of fun to take all of those mistakes, put them into a video, and give them to you to laugh at, because there are a lot of them and I'm running out of storage space. That's right, it's time for another bloopers episode, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I didn't have a script ready. So here are some of my mistakes from the last couple of months. I hope you enjoy it because they are coming up. Like, I know that when I talk, I'm not constantly making Lady Gaga references or swear. Yeah. I know that when I talk, I'm not constantly... I know that when I talk, I'm not constantly making Lady Gaga references or Lady Gaga. I know that when I talk, I'm not constantly making Lady Gaga references or swearing my undying love to Beyonce. And I don't parade down the street wearing just a jock. What's a jock strap? Because if a gay guy says, we're people. We're people. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz. This is gonna be hard. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz when the moon was in the third house of Saturn about 15 minutes into the second equinox of the millennium. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz when the moon was in the third house of Saturn. Well, I was watching The Wizard of Oz about... Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz when the moon was in the third house of Saturn about 15 minutes into the second equinox. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz when the moon was in the third house of Saturn during the Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz while the moon was in the second house of Saturn about third house of Saturn. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz while the moon was in the third house of Saturn about 15 minutes into the second equinox of the millennial. My good God, I am never gonna say this. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz while the moon was in the third house of Saturn about 15 minutes into the second millennium. Well, I accidentally watched The Wizard of Oz when the moon was in the third house of Saturn about 15 minutes into the second equinox of the millennium while sipping oolong tea from a crystal glass that had been blessed by a gypsy priest. Thank God. And then I had a bath in the tears of a virgin that had been kicked by a donkey, and suddenly I wanted to bang Ryan Reynolds. Just an average Friday, really. And even if that's true, and you're not trying to be racist, that doesn't mean that you're not being racist. I mean, I don't try to be this good-looking and talented, but here we are. I guess we all have our crosses to bear. Not being able to see. And sometimes you couldn't even... Oh, and then there's the other side of it, which is where you follow. Or there's the other side of it, where you can't really stay up past the 6 o'clock news and fighting to keep your eyes open. It's because nothing gets a point across faster than clotheslining someone in the neck. And then people look at me like I'm the one that made the kid fall in the first place. I mean, there was that one time. Oh, and then that time. Stupid kid. Oh, right in the balls. Oh, God. Being stuck inside of a busy grocery store. Being stuck inside of a busy grocery store while you're both incredibly tired and super hungry. We've all experienced that moment where we're doing our shopping and we're minding our business and we come across that unaccompanied chart. We're minding our business, going about our grocery shopping, and we find that oh my God, I cannot speak at all. Most grocery stores have those like conveyor belt thingies for your groceries, which I am convinced, by the way, are... I promise there will be a normal video again next week. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know the drill by now. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here, take a second to click right over there to subscribe to the channel. I make new episodes every single Sunday, and I would love for you to be here. I have more episodes right down there, all of my social media in the corner over there, and until next Sunday, stay classy. Or at least be sassy. Bye.